Today we're going to be talking about the biggest upcoming games and upcoming game reveals that are expected to be coming out within the next 5 years. And these are expected to be the most anticipated games of the decade. Of course, we got to start with GTA 6. The game is finally confirmed. The trailer is finally announced. It is coming out soon. All the GTA 6 rumors, false leaks, and all the Photoshop images can finally come to an end. As we enter history when it comes to the Grand Theft Auto series, Rockstar officially announces the GTA 6 reveal in December, and we are all excited for that. And in case you've been out of the loop, Rockstar tweeted this just under a week ago. Next month marks the 25th anniversary of Rockstar Games. Thanks to the incredible support of our players worldwide, we have had the opportunity to create games that we are truly passionate about. Without you, none of this would be possible, and we are so grateful to all of you for sharing this journey with us. In 1998, Rockstar Games was founded on the idea that video games could become as essential to the culture as any other form of entertainment, and we hope that we have created games you love in our efforts to be a part of that evolution. We are very excited to let you know that in early December, we will release a first trailer to the next Grand Theft Auto. We look forward to many more years to share these experiences with all of you. Thank you, Sam Hauser, who was not only the president but also the co-founder of Rockstar Games. The game is expected to have the sexiest visuals in gaming history, with graphics so good that you have never seen them in any video game out there except for this mod. Believe it or not, it actually took them years to work on simple things for Grand Theft Auto 6, such as the water, cars, and small details for trash, along with the animations, the combat, and so on to make it as believable and realistic as possible. The open world is also expected to be much bigger and better than Red Dead Redemption 2 and Grand Theft Auto 5 combined. The water is expected to move in real time, with dynamic waves and motion depending on the weather. And we will also have the ability to surf, which I'm very excited to see. Rockstar Games also really loved how they did the car physics in Grand Theft Auto 4, so we can expect even better physics inspired from GTA 4 and GTA 6, with better vehicle deformations and realistic accidents. They'll also be introducing a new system where each individual car part can be destroyed, even the rearview mirrors, along with a realistic time system like seen in Red Dead Redemption 2, and you'll be able to see the NPCs around you moving on with their daily lives as the day goes on. The game is expected to release late 2025 or early 2026. But I'm letting you all know right now, do not get mad if they delay the game and have it set for release in 2027. I'm just letting you know that it could possibly happen because Grand Theft Auto 5 was announced in 2011 and it did not come out until 2013. So just letting you know. Now before we get into this next game, I have to say one thing. If you haven't seen John Wick, literally what are you doing? It's literally one of the most satisfying, gory, action-packed, brutal movies out there, 100%. After the 4th installment into the John Wick series, on November 4th, Lionsgate, which is a company that produced the movies for John Wick, actually announced that they are interested in a major John Wick video game adaptation. And real quick, just know the gameplay on the screen is not any footage from the game. It's actually footage from the game Watch Dogs Legion, which is a game that John Wick 4 should kind of be like when it comes to combat. Anyways, on November 4th, Lionsgate CEO Joe Feldheimer said this during an earnings call. He mentioned that the company has been discussing proposals for the game, though nothing is set in stone yet. I don't want to get ahead of myself here, but we believe that there is a big AAA game to be made out of John Wick, Feldheimer said during the call. According to a report by IndieWire, we have been fielding proposals, and we are certainly interested in moving that forward, but I don't want to say anything more than that at this time. Lionsgate is actively looking for a development company to help work on the game, and Ubisoft is supposedly one of the companies, but let's hope that they don't work on the game. As of May 26, 2023, not only a John Wick 5 movie was confirmed somehow, John Wick video game proposals are moving ahead, which is a very good thing. But like, how is he alive though? Like, bro, smart. Lionsgate, as of right now, is actively taking proposals from game developers from all around the world, so let's hope and pray that they pick a good one. And in my opinion, as sad it is to say, I feel like the best game development company for this game would be Rockstar because how good Max Payne was. And the only reason why I say it's sad is because we wouldn't see that game for at least 8 years. And no, I'm not glazing Rockstar. I just honestly think that they kill it when it comes to open world games. It's actually very impressive knowing the fact that the very first John Wick movie was considered a low budget, and with how successful John Wick 4 was, they're probably going to put a very decent budget into the game. I think that there is a lot of potential for a game like this, but it's all up to the game developers and Lionsgate themselves. Let's just hope they meet expectations when it comes to not only the combat, the shootouts, as well as the music in the game. And let's see if John Wick, Keanu Reeves himself, is the main character and it doesn't pull some cyberpunk shit. Because honestly, think about making a John Wick game and not having John Wick, Keanu Reeves himself be the main character. That's like me being dressed up as Santa Claus and going to a children's Christmas gathering and taking the beard off and saying, guess what? Even though they would assume off rip, because not only I lost a lot of weight, I'm also black. And unless you grew up at grandma's house, turns out Black Santa is a myth. And honestly, do not expect this game to be a multiplayer experience. Expect it to be a single player action-packed experience. And not sure if they're going to do open world or if they're going to have levels, but I can honestly see if they do an open world game and have it be really good, they might have a game of the year. Low key. Up next, we have Squadron 42, which is the story mode campaign for Star Citizen. And if you haven't heard of it, Star Citizen is a massively scaled open universe game with over 100 solar systems expected to drop in the multiplayer experience alone. And to make things clear, the multiplayer experience is currently out in alpha mode right now with one solar system that goes by the name the Stanton system. And there is an expansion update coming to the alpha soon with a newly introduced solar system that goes by the name Pyro being added to the game. Both Star Citizen and Squadron 42 have been under development since the year 2012. Chris Roberts, the founder of the game, announced that they have recently passed a major milestone and that the game is now feature complete and that they have entered its polished phase. To celebrate the milestone, they have released all this footage that you guys are seeing right now from the trailer as well as some gameplay. And so far, it looks absolutely beautiful. Coming from somebody who personally plays Star Citizen on a normal basis, this game will probably be one of the most highly detailed games that will ever exist. And as you can see from the footage, there are also some familiar faces that are playing as some characters within the game. And to answer all your questions, yes, in both Star Citizen and Squadron 42, you will have to manually take off and land your ships, as well exit and enter atmospheres, as well fly to each planet, as well loading cargo into your ships. This ain't no Starfield or Destiny, y'all. We were real life playing UFO simulator here, and you better make sure you keep your fuel refilled, because if you're in the middle of quantum jump and you run out of fuel, you will be stranded in the middle of space until you die. And to clarify what the CEO meant by them entering the polished phase of the game, this means that they are currently in the process of testing out small details in the game, such as combat, movement, and everything new about the solar system, since everything else is just about complete. The NPCs in the game have their own improved AI system, not making only the boots on the ground combat feel as real as possible, but also making sure that your dogfight experience is as immersive and realistic as possible as well when it comes to space and or atmosphere. With this new gameplay experience, especially when it comes to the FPS, you will see a huge advancement when it comes to your combat and tactical skills. Because I promise you, if you're going into deep missions or high level missions without any type of aim training or anything, you will get bodied, because shooting in Star Citizen is as realistic as real life. And the main story in this game is hugely focused on humans versus the Vandal, which is an alien race that is taking over and destroying everything in their path. Although there are several other alien races besides the Vandal, along with the human races. And if you take a look at the intergalactic star map, you can see that these solar systems are separated by districts, with each of them being owned by a different race, obviously with ours being the human race, with our home planet being Earth, which you can visit. But to clarify again, you cannot visit these systems in the game right now in Star Citizen since it is in alpha, but once Squadron 42 comes out, not only will we be getting a badass single player experience, but we also will be getting all the solar systems in the main game itself. The game will hopefully and finally be set to fully be released around the year 2025 or 2026, hopefully. And if it comes out sooner, I honestly would not be surprised. And another thing, once this game is fully out, I can see this game being the only competitor to Grand Theft Auto 6. At least if they make Squadron 42 available on console as well and not only on PC, but it possibly won't be, we'll see. Overall, I am very much excited for the full game to come out, and I am super excited to finally experience the story mode and to finally visit Earth and to see what it would feel like to fly over the cities that we know and love today. I know we can already do that in Flight Simulator, but I'm talking about a futuristic Earth, and we're literally flying around it with actual UFOs. Like, bro, think about that. The game is literally proving that we are aliens ourselves. Next up, I hope you like gangsters, because we are being introduced with Mafia 4. This will be the most anticipated game of whatever year it releases, I can see that for sure. We will be getting an entirely new experience with Mafia 4 since the developers will be using the Epic game engines to their full capabilities, giving us a world that feels and looks a lot more lifelike compared to the ones back in the day. Don't get me wrong, I personally was a huge fan of Mafia 2, and I think that it was very well done for the time it came out. The game will be made for next gen consoles, and it will have the colors, the animation, and the weather for the next gen consoles as well. So that means be careful during a lightning storm, because it's a high potential you can get zapped if you're in a high place. Hey, Rafalo, you hear about what happened to Tony?
Now what happened to Tony?
He got zapped, huh? He was climbing a ladder and boom, lightning hit him. I guess you could really say God let him cook, huh? No? Come on! Now, the biggest rumor about Mafia 4 is that this open world experience will be set in Las Vegas around the 80s. If you guys aren't familiar, that's literally the prime time when it comes to Vegas's mob scene. We will be able to rank up our characters' rank in the Mafia, as well buy casinos and properties like in Grand Theft Auto San Andreas. Would have been dope, right? Well, too bad, because turns out the whole entire concept is scrapped and thrown away. Instead, the game will be based in the late 19th and early 20th century before the first Mafia game. If they're gonna do something like this, they better make up for it, because I was honestly hyped for the Vegas thing. It also turns out that there won't be any cars in the game, as well modern guns, and the location will be based in a town in Italy, and the Italian mob scene, as you know, is quite fire. And the source for all this information comes from an industry insider that goes by the name Shibshaw Nick. Back during the Xbox era, he actually leaked the brand new Rise game, and turns out it was true, so we can honestly expect Mafia 4 to be true. There is no set date for an announcement or reveal, but I can honestly see them announcing it next year. Last but not least, I hope you're a fan of Tom Cruise and aliens, because we have War of the Worlds. Although this highly anticipated alien open world survival game is in an early development stage, we had a whole lot of new badass footage from when the game was first announced, like the alien tripod coming from underground. Now, every time you start this open world experience, the game will open up with a massive lightning storm. The tripods will then raise from the ground just like in the movie, and from there, you're on your own. You can actually watch up to an hour of gameplay, but I'm honestly still not sure what the game is truly going to be about, or what the main purpose is going to be except for just surviving. Pretty sure you are able to control the tripod, so that means you're probably going to be in a multiplayer world. Maybe if this is an extraction game, I can see that working out really well. The game is still a work in progress, nothing is final, and everything is subject to change, but the game will probably come out around 2025 or 2026. So if you guys made it this far in the video, first of all, I want to very much appreciate you guys for watching this all the way through, and I want you guys to comment down below, out of this entire list, which game are you most excited for? I'm pretty sure that a lot of you are going to say Grand Theft Auto 6, but if there's some Squadron 42 peeps out there, yo, shout out to you, on God. And if you guys want to see me make more videos like this, make sure you guys subscribe and drop a like down below, and it makes me, feel like, you guys are watching the video, so I'll make a lot more. Just one more time, I just want to say this again, I very much appreciate all of you guys. I love all of you guys, and I just want you guys to know this one thing. There's only one of you. Peace. Go.